Good afternoon, everyone. This is KIT Iizuka, Wednesday, April 24th. This is week number 3 for English 2C third period. Okay, a few things that we have to go over. Things are kind of complicated because of the fact that some of you came to my class last week, but with this university, you're only really in this class this week. So we have to make sure that everybody knows what's happening. Also, make sure that when you sign that every week. I use that to make sure that everybody actually came to class. You, of course, still have to come in with your student card, but for me, that's actually much more important. Sometimes you forget your student card, but you can always sign if you're in class. So always make sure that you sign that. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to be important this week by starting with what we did last week. A lot of you were not here last week, but last week, this video right here, this Class 2 explanation, this talks about what we did last week. Okay, so I would suggest you take a look at that, but I'm going to explain it again this week too. Now, a lot of the stuff that we did is in that video. What is not in that video is what I'm about to show you right now. What I want to do in this class is I still have to give you vocabulary quizzes. You have to do your reading. There's a little bit of writing in this class with the reflections and stuff. We study vocabulary, we study listening. But all of that, I want you to do by yourself at home. I don't want to do it here. I think that sort of thing is actually boring. I don't like doing it, it's not fun. What I want to do in the class, after we've sort of shown you what you need to do, and you know how to work in my class, I want to use this time to help you practice speaking. Speaking is the one most important skill for anyone who studies any language. If you can't speak, I don't care what your TOEIC score is. It is not important. I don't care how many English words you know. Not important. If you don't know how to speak, everything you know right now will be gone in about 2 years. You know it. Because you look at your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. They went to good universities. They studied hard like you. But just like everybody else, if you stop studying, you will forget everything in 2 years. I have met many students, maybe after 5 years, they see me, maybe in Kokura or in Fukuoka, and I say, hey, how are you? How have you been? And they say, oh, I'm fine, Mr. Cruz, how are you? And then I say, okay, let's speak some English. You were my English student. We were speaking in Japanese. And they go, oh, I'm sorry, no, Mr. Cruz, I don't speak English anymore. It's really too bad, because they were good students, like you. But if you don't know how to speak, everything will be forgotten. So I want to take this opportunity, as much time every week as possible, to speak, speak, and speak. So what we did last week, we started with the very basics of speaking. We're going to do it again this week, but basically, it's nothing that you don't know. You know all of these subjects. You know I, you, he, she, it, we, they, do and does, which is which. You know all of that. You know that do in the past tense is did. But being able to say it quickly to your partner's eyes with a strong voice, that's hard. Some of you found that out last week. And where we ended was right here. This is the last thing that we did, learning how to ask questions. We're going to do that again this week because there are a lot of you who have never done this before. And you're going to see the way that I do this, it doesn't use difficult words. There is no difficult grammar. What is difficult is saying. So I'm going to not talk about that anymore because I want to use that time to actually work in class. Okay, so let's get back to our Moodle. Now, this week, what I want you to do, okay, is I forgot to put, actually, you know what? Let me just go check to see if I can find that summary writing quiz number 2 somewhere in the reserved area. Hang on just 1 second so that then you don't get confused. Wait a second here. Oh, there it is. Good. Okay. So this is the quiz that I wanted to give you. Summary Writing Quiz 2. This quiz, I want you to do that for your assignment this week. Okay? Now what I'll do is, I'm going to take that and, oops, come on. Sorry, it's just something that I forgot to do this morning. Okay, so Summary Writing Quiz 2, right here. Going to move that to Class 3. Good, so here we are in Class 3. There we are, Summary Writing Quiz, and I'll put that down here. Okay, good. So that's Class 3. You have 2 assignments this week, Summary Writing Quiz 2 and the reflection on email. Okay, so now, remember, if you haven't come to this class before, Summary Writing Quiz 1 from last week, and Summary Writing Quiz 2 from this week. You have to do that, okay? And like your reflection from last week, you have another reflection this week. And this time what I want you to do is watch this video. This is me talking in English about email, how to write an email in English. And I want you to watch the video and then answer this question. Write a paragraph, so not just 2 words, not 3 words, but a paragraph on what you learned is important about formatting and writing an email. Okay? After that, that's about it. And let's see here. Oh yeah, and we're going to be doing some shadow talking. And then after that, we're going to be doing, finally, some speaking. Now, I'm doing this now in English, but don't worry. I'll say it all again in Japanese very quickly to make sure that you don't understand. However, if you ever have any questions about any of this, remember that my email is right there, jdmcruz@gmail.com. You can always contact me by email, or you can come and talk to me in this class. And yes, I speak Japanese, I read Japanese, I can write Japanese, but if you contact me, I will always answer you in English. And also too, yes, I speak Japanese in class, but if you speak to me in English, I will always speak to you back in English. Okay? If you want to speak to me in Japanese, no problem. I like speaking Japanese. I hope you like speaking English too. Alrighty, thank you very much. Let's have a good class, everyone.